Welcome to our person-centered planning process overview. We are so glad you're here. My name is Sabrina, and I'm one of the founders of NeuroNav. We created this brief video to help prepare you for the journey ahead. Person-centered planning has been around for decades, and we are so excited to share with you what that process is like and what to expect when creating a person-centered plan with us. In this video, we're going to cover a couple of things. First, I'll go over what person-centered planning is. Then I'll talk about the person-centered planning process that we do here at NeuroNav. Next, I'll show you an example of what a person-centered plan might look like. And finally, I'll help you take the first step towards creating your person-centered plan by showing you how to make your relationship map. This will help you figure out who to invite to your person-centered planning party. So, what is person-centered planning exactly? I'll tell you. First, let's dive into a couple of terms that you might hear us use throughout the person-centered planning process. First, the planner. That's you, the person that we're creating a plan for. You will be our focus as we plan. Your circle of support are the people close to you and most important to you. This can be family, friends, teachers, staff, neighbors, whoever you want. And the navigator is the person guiding you through your person-centered planning process. Someone like me or another member of our amazing team. Now let's talk a little bit more about person-centered planning. Where does it come from? So person-centered thinking is the way that we think about planning. It describes our values and the mindset that we use throughout the process. It means that we keep your thoughts and your needs and your desires as the focus. Person-centered planning is the process that we use. So we use person-centered thinking tools to learn from you and your circle of support. And together we're going to build your person-centered plan. Your person-centered plan is a living document. This means that it's something that you can go back to as time passes and things change in your life. It organizes information and helps you to reach your dreams. So let's go back to person-centered thinking and talk a little bit about what that is. We talked about how person-centered thinking describes our values, but I want you to know what those values are. So you might also hear them called pillars. The first one is presume competence. This just means that we believe in you and we believe that you know what you want and you need, and our job is to learn from you. Next, we're going to pay attention to strengths. What are you good at? How do you like to spend your time? We'll also listen to what you need, but that will be in the context of supports that will help you to be successful. The third value, behavior is communication, means that we believe that there are lots of ways to communicate other than speaking. So if you don't communicate by speaking, we still believe that you can make choices, and it's our job to pay attention. So maybe you type, or you use pictures, or you gesture, or you smile. Even getting angry tells us that something is going wrong for you. We also believe in the importance of community life. You know who you want to live with. Is that your family, your friends? You want to go to your favorite places and do fun things, and we want to help you do that. Lastly, we respect diversity. We believe that things like your religion, race, ethnicity, culture, family are important to you, and we're just here to respect that. So, person-centered planning. It's really the process. So we are using person-centered thinking tools to help you build a plan for your future. It uses those tools to pull out more of what you need, what you think, what you like, what you don't like. And it's a process that really follows those pillars of person-centered thinking. It's positive, respectful, capacity-focused. And it takes time. It's not just a meeting. We're going to use a variety of activities over a couple of months to really get to know you well. And a person-centered plan. Like I mentioned earlier, the person-centered plan is a living document. This means that it can be changed as things in your life change. When we do our planning, we take lots of notes and gather lots of information, and we'll write that in plain language in your person-centered plan. A person-centered plan also helps the people in your life know your goals and priorities, and it tells them how they can support you. It will also help you figure out the services that you want and how to customize them to meet your unique needs. And a person-centered plan is something you can act on. You and the people in your life can look at your plan and know what steps that they can take to help you to reach your goals. And finally, a person-centered plan gives you new ways to communicate who you are and what you want and what you need. Let's talk about a couple things the person-centered plan is not. It's not an attempt to fix you. It's not a behavior plan. That's what ABA is for. It's not dwelling on reputations or labels, and it's not really a standardized process. We have our process, but there are others out there. And not every plan looks the same. There are a couple of things that every good plan should have. That's objectives and goals, a list of steps to help you reach those goals, the people who might be responsible for helping you to reach those goals, and resources like websites and places that you can go for help. But it can look a lot of different ways. It could be really, really detailed or pretty simple. Just one page or 100 pages, or even a picture of a whiteboarding session. And it can be really descriptive, really talking about who you are and what you like and what you don't like, or it can be really focused on action. Our plans are a good mix of all of these. So now that you know what person-centered planning is, let's talk a little bit about the process that you'll be going through with us here at NeuroNav. There are 4 steps to the person-centered planning process. Step 1, discovery. This is where we get to know you and learn about you. Step 2 is the party, where you get to invite your close friends and family, and we learn from you and your circle of support about what you want and what you need in your life moving forward. Step 3, the plan. This is where we take everything that we've learned through that discovery process and the party, and we create a unique person-centered plan just for you. The final step, action. You and your circle of support have your person-centered plan, and we help you put it into action. Let's dive into each one of those really quickly. Discovery. This is where we get to know you as the planner. This is one of my favorite parts. You will have a 1-hour meeting with your navigator, and we'll learn about your interests, your likes, your dislikes, what makes you who you are. We'll also send you a couple of activities to do on your own, and this also really helps us to get to know you. All of this will happen before your party and will include you, your navigator, and a couple of close family members and friends if you want. What will you do during the discovery process? You'll meet your navigator who will be guiding you throughout your person-centered plan. You'll do the relationship map, an activity that shows us who the important people in your life are. And the relationship map will also help us figure out who to invite to your party and will help you send out those invitations. We'll also do an activity called Tell My Story, which will help us get to know you and what you want your life to look like. Step 2, the party. This is the big event. We'll meet over Zoom for about 3 hours with whoever you've decided to invite from your relationship map. It sounds like a long time now, I know, but we take a lot of breaks and it goes by so fast. We try to make it as fun as possible, and this can look however you want it to. Do you want to draw? Do you want to have a pool party? Do you want to eat cake with your friends? Whatever you want. And this will be on whatever date you signed up for based on your availability. You'll be there as well as everyone in your circle of support and everyone you've decided to invite and your navigator. We'll do some guided planning activities that we've selected just for you. And these activities will help us reach our party planning goals, which are discovery, positive change, outcomes and action, and support and spending. We'll talk about those in just a sec. And we have lots of activities that we can choose from to customize to you based on what we learn in your discovery meeting. But don't worry, we'll figure those out. So what are these party goals that we're talking about? We have a couple of things that we're really trying to accomplish in that time. First, discovery. We want to keep getting to know you. We want to understand what's going on in your life right now. What's important to you to feel happy? What's important for you to be safe? After we feel like we've gotten to know you really well, we'll talk about positive change. We'll go through various activities that we have to learn about your past, your present, your future, and what you want to create for yourself. What is working that you want to keep the same? And what isn't working that you want to change? We listen to your perspective first. We also listen to your family and close friends, and we pay close attention to make sure that everyone is heard and make sure that you stay the focus. Goal 3, outcomes and action. Now that we know you and we're talking about what your life should look like, let's talk about how to actually get there. We want your plan to help you find the right steps to take to reach your goals. And this is where we make sure we know what's important to you to focus on for the next year. With the last goal, support and spending, we talk about what the people in your life can do to support you and what resources are available to you in your community, from your regional center, and so on, and how to make sure you can use all of those to succeed. Some tools that we may use. There are a lot of different tools that we can use in the person-centered planning process, but during our discovery meeting, we'll work together to figure out which activities will best reach your unique goals. There's no need to worry about what these different tools are or what they look like. This is just to show you that there are a lot of options and your plan will be customized to what you need. Step 3, the plan. We, the navigators, will take all of the information that we've gathered through this whole process and draft your plan. We'll send you a copy for you to take a look at, and we'll meet with you again and a couple of people who are close to you about a week after the party to review the draft and finalize the plan. Don't worry, you'll be able to make comments, and we'll edit your plan until you're happy with it. Then we'll send that person-centered plan to your regional center service coordinator and request a budget meeting. Step 4, action. This is where we walk alongside you to make your plan a reality in self-determination. We support you with some of the other steps involved in starting the self-determination program, like preparing you for your budget review meeting and attending with you at your regional center if you need, helping you to select a financial management service, and helping you to develop your spending plan. Don't worry, it's a whole lot of other terms, and we'll explain them to you when we get there. If you want to, you can continue working with us as independent facilitators after you start self-determination. We'll also talk about what that looks like later. So now that you know what the process will look like, what is your person-centered plan going to look like? I'm going to show you an example of what it might look like in the end, but remember, we'll tailor this plan to what you really need. We always start with a one-page profile. This is like the cover of your person-centered plan. This is a great way for new people in your life to get to know you better and to know how they can support you if you're struggling. Then we do a word cloud based off of the things that people in your life like and admire about you. And a relationship map. This is the one we were talking about earlier, and we'll show you how to make this in a minute. Then a description of you. We've gathered all of this great information and we want it to live somewhere. So we start with a quick overview of who you are and what you like. And then we talk about your hopes and dreams. What do you want your home life to look like? What do you want to do in your community? What will you do to help you find purpose? Is that school, work, volunteering? What is the thing that you do on most days that makes you feel happy? And how will you stay safe? And finally, the action plan. This is where we work with you to create goals based on all of the things that we know and help you to define what things you're really working towards. And then we take each one of those goals and we break it down into what it actually takes to get there and what are some of the first steps that you and your circle of support can take to help you to get there. Now, let's get started. We've told you all about what the plan looks like and what this whole process is going to look like. Let's dive into the first exercise. This is your relationship map, or really who to invite to your party. Step 1, write your name in the inner circle of the map. Easy, right? Step 2, start with the family part of the circle and ask yourself, who are the family members that I'm closest to and who know me the best? The first names that come to mind should be written closest to your name. Work your way out from the center of the map, adding names of your family members in order of those for how close they are to you. Family members who you are less connected to go in the outermost section of the circle. Repeat these steps for the other 3 sections. If you're not sure which one to do next, don't worry. You can do friends, and then home and community, and then finally do work or school. Great work. Now you have the basis of your relationship map. These are the people in your life. Now, you don't necessarily want to invite all of them to your party, so let's talk about how to narrow it down. Ask yourself a couple of questions. Who would be a great advocate for me? Who always has great things to say about me? Add one of those stars in the corner next to their name. See? And now that you've done that, you're done. You filled out the map. So you can see, we will send you all of these instructions. So don't worry, we'll send you, it'll be a Google slide with instructions on how to use slides and how to do this. And if you have any trouble at all, don't worry, just let us know, we'll help you. Are you ready to get started? Great. If you have any questions, you can find me at info@neuronav.org.